let's get right to the heart of it, if you don't mind. This is a phenomenal book that you have, The Hidden Agenda. And could you just share it with us right from the beginning? What do you mean by the hidden agenda, Kevin?
I discovered, after pitching for my supper for a lot of years, that behind any decision, whether it's to award a business to you, whether it's for a group of people to decide whether they should follow you as a new leader, whether the bank should give you the loan, it doesn't matter. Every decision has underneath it an unspoken, visceral, emotional motivation. If you tap that and you connect to it, you'll get awarded the business you seek. We tend to think that as soon as we get in the business environment, that everything becomes fact, figures, and rational, and that emotional is something you do in your private life. Nothing could be further from the truth. I would even say it's even more an emotionally driven environment because so much is at stake.
How can you help us understand when you say so much is at stake, which to me says rational, which to me says ROI, which to me says prove the value. But you're saying that the hidden agenda, the emotional, is more compelling than not.
Well, let me give you an anecdote, and then I'll move on to when we pitched the MasterCard, which I've talked about in the book. And this was when my mother finally knew what I did for a living, even though she's convinced that I wrote the line priceless, which Jonathan Cranen wrote, I have to say, a brilliant man.
Let her keep thinking that, Kevin.
I know. Oh, are you kidding me? She tells everybody, and I don't dissuade her, trust me. But in the run-up to the finals, there were only 2 agencies left. And the client said that to make the decision, they would put the work that we did in test. Long story short, the priceless idea failed. The other agency, and by the way, I got a phone call from the other agency president after 50, I never met the guy, to have lunch with me in New York last week. It was amazing. And the point of it was, he said, how the hell did you do it? I mean, goodness sake, we're the one that had the high test score. And it was because the client believed that we could win for them. And the hidden agenda was they hadn't won against Visa for 15 years. So the decision was to override the facts. The facts were our priceless campaign didn't test. But they went with their gut. At the end of the day, whenever I've asked a client after they've given us the business, over the years, I'd say, okay, you got to tell me, why did you do it? Why did you hire us? And they always say the same thing, because you get it. I mean, what is this it thing? It wasn't the 49th PowerPoint slide upon which there were all these facts and figures and research and blah, blah, blah. That is evidence. You know, think of it like a court case, you know, that there is an overarching theme of a case. My client could not have committed this crime because she wasn't there. You know, this is this essence of your argument. And the rest of the stuff that you put in the room is evidence to prove and validate a person's instinct that you've connected correctly with their desire.